We're going to write a short program that will generate some random numbers like the rolls of dice for two arrays, and then we're going to add the values from those arrays and stick the sum into a third array. So here I've begun down here. I've got a new random number generator that we're going to use to generate numbers between 1 and 6. I've decided that we're going to have sort of 10 rolls or 10 values in each array. So here I've declared the first two arrays. Roll 1 has a size here, and you can see I'm referencing this same value size, this variable, and so if I wanted to do a larger example, I could just change this one number and everything I do afterwards is going to automatically change. Here's the second array, and now I'm going to use a for loop to generate the random numbers and stick them into those two arrays. So I'm going to make a counter or an index value for int I equals 0, and I want to run as long as I is less than, I can just say size. I don't need to reference the length of an array specifically because they're all the same, and I++. And so for each time through this, I'm gonna do both arrays at the same time. So roll 1, I'm going to put a new new random value in there. So roll 1 at I equals, and here's generating the random value, r.nextInt, and if I put the value 6 in there, I'm going to get anything between 0 and 5, so I want to add 1 to that to get a value between 1 and 6 inclusive. So this is simulating the roll of a die, and here is a second one. Same exact thing. So I've simulated the roll of each die there. Now I could finish this loop off and make a new loop and then add everything together, but really, why don't we just do this all at the same time? So up here I'm going to make a new array called sum of dice, and it'll be a new int array, same thing, same size, and then in here I'm going to sum those values. Sum of dice at I equals, I'm going to add up those other two values. Roll 1 at I plus roll 2 at position I. I'm not using a random number generator for this line. I want these specific values from before. So these, I'm referencing those values right there. And now I'm going to, maybe I'll print off all three values right here. Again, I don't need to do this in a different spot. I can do it all right here. Let's see, for trial I, oops, lowercase I, roll 1 equals, I'm going to put roll 1 at I, just to list all my values here, roll 2 equals, plus roll 2 at I, and sum equals, and I've got sum of dice at I. Okay, that's kind of long. So what I've done there then is I've created a random number for each of the two rolls, and I've added them together to put them in this array, and then in the same time through the loop I'm printing that value each time. So this time I've got 10 values. I think we're in good shape. Let's run that and see how we are. And oops, okay, there we are. So for my 0th trial, I've got values 4, 6, and the sum is 10. The first trial, for trial 1 that is, 3, 4, and 7, and you can see they're all added up nicely, and I'm getting values as I expect between 2 and 12. So that worked nicely. Thanks.